So what got me into computing was when I was probably about 8 years old. Mum's work was overhauling their computer system. So they had a whole bunch of like old computers. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. And I pretty much just jumped in there, grabbed a few of those, started piecing them together. Just got all the best bits, or what I thought at the time, and just kind of started looking at all the internals of the computer and what makes them go. And then pretty much from there forward, it's evolved into the kind of computer stuff I'm into today. Most important thing for me is definitely the form factor. So having a small compact computer that can sit on your desk and it's not intruding in the room. You see a lot of people that are really into their enthusiast level computing. They've got these huge big tower computers that take up a lot of space. They're loud, there's a lot of lights flashing. I like something that's kind of more like dimmed down, it wouldn't look out of place in a living room. So as I said earlier, it's only 8 liters, it's small and compact, but it's also super powerful as well at the same time. I would consider myself a PC enthusiast, just because the amount of time that I spend looking into components, the kind of level of components that I have in the system, like the graphics card, for example, is like enthusiast grade stuff. It's not stuff that you generally would need, but I just want it. When you really start getting into computers, you really just want to keep getting the next best thing. Still balance it with a social life. So there's always a fine line between, a balance between all the things that you do. So whenever people would be at home in their downtime, they would be, browsing social media on their phone. They'd be using their laptops to watch content. I myself would be, doing some content creation, video editing, playing games, all that kind of stuff like that. And then I'd balance it with, I'd still go out with my friends, I'd still see them, still go on benders in the weekend, like all the good stuff that you do. So one of the biggest things on my computer is my graphics card, GTX 1080 Ti. So it's pretty much the biggest graphics card that I could fit into a system like this with the power limit that I needed. And it also just so happens to be one of the enthusiast level, one of the top grade graphics cards on a consumer level. Obviously with enthusiast level hardware, I need the peripherals as well to be able to fully utilize the computer that I have. So start off with the headset that I've got. It is a Cloud HyperX. I wanted something that was wireless because something that I noticed that when you're playing games, the cable, it rustles on your t-shirt, and you can hear it, and it really puts you off, and you really need that positional audio. So this has some nice stereo cans. It's really precise. You want the accurate. You want to hear where everyone is. The mouse that I have is the Logitech G403. It's got a nice coating on it, and it's just a nice simple shape. With some large buttons on the side. It's nice and lightweight, and being Logitech as well, it also syncs up with the next thing, which is my keyboard. Keyboard that I've got, it's called Logitech G Pro. TKL keyboard, meaning it doesn't have the number pad. It means I have more movement around. I'm not hitting the side of the keyboard with my mouse movements. It's got Roma G switches in it, which are like a good in between typing switches and gaming. So it's got a slight tactile bump whilst being linear enough that you can do repetitive actions quickly without having to fully bottom out or reset the key to actuate it again. And then the last thing is the monitor that I have. So obviously if I have an enthusiast level graphics card, I need the monitor to be able to fully display what my graphics card can output. So it's a 1440p 144 Hz monitor, so it can refresh at 144 frames a second. It's really fluid and smooth, and it gives you a little bit of a competitive edge as well of the people that have standard 60 Hz monitors. So with my computer, I made sure that it had Bluetooth 4.0. What that means is I can connect Xbox One controllers, PS4 controllers, and I've got a TV right here too, which I can just hook it right up. I don't have to move the computer. Pretty much means that you can sit on the couch, you can play games with your friends exactly as if it was a console. And then obviously you can watch all of your content as well on the TV without having to have anything else required specifically for that TV. Watch movies, Netflix, kind of any content you want. But definitely the big thing here is the gaming with friends. It's pretty much like a console. And a lot of people will be like, oh, I want a console because I can play on the couch with my mates. PCs like for yourself. I've made sure that I built one that can tackle both at the same time. Well, the next thing for me is definitely to make it even smaller. So with all the new hardware that's coming out, There's a bunch of new chips that are coming out that are as powerful, if not more powerful than before, but they draw less power, they output less heat, which means you can cram them into smaller enclosures. So the next step for me is wanting to make something the size of a console, maybe even smaller, something I can just chuck in my backpack and take around with me if I need to.